Hello, my name is Ashton Powell, and I am a student at Kennesaw State University, earning my master's degree in instructional technology with a personalized learning endorsement. I am an ESOL teacher at Manning Oaks Elementary School, MO, in Fulton County. I am also a member of the Fulton County Vanguard team and am the school lead for the MO Vanguard team. Additionally, I serve on the School Governance Council at MO as the parliamentarian. The title of my presentation is Technology-Supported ELA Instruction in 2nd and 3rd grade classrooms. I developed my project with this title because I wanted to support the reading and writing units of study that do not have much technology integration intertwined within the curriculum. When initially designing the Capstone research paper, I worked with the 2nd and 3rd grade teams for both reading and writing as an ESOL push-in teacher. In fall 2019, I had observed that students were not comfortable with using technology, and they were not using it within the ELA classrooms to support the instructional time. The only times that I saw technology being used were for skill and drill programs, such as iReady Reading. Students were only using computers during this time for iReady Reading, and this disservice really inhibited them on online assessments, particularly GMAS. Students were not comfortable with the functionalities of common technology programs and were not expressing mastery of the standards as they could be if they had research-based effective technology integration to support their instruction. When I was planning the Capstone project, I observed classrooms and discussed with other staff members, particularly those that were teachers in the ELA classrooms, about the students' lack of critical thinking and higher order thinking skills associated with the current ELA curriculum. Students were in desperate need of technology integration that was effective in supporting the skills that were taught in the curriculum. They needed ways to collaborate authentically with peers, create, design, and communicate their understanding of reading and writing skills. Because my school has a high student English language learner population, roughly around a third of the school population, it was critical that students from all backgrounds and cultures were put on a level playing field with technology-supportive instruction in such language-heavy classrooms like reading and writing. It became time to create the Capstone project plan. I wanted to incorporate activities that would support both students and teachers in technology integration within the ELA classrooms. To start, the first activity of the Capstone project was to create and administer 2 surveys to the staff at MO. The surveys focused on teacher comfort levels with technology and professional development opportunities. I wanted to leverage where teachers felt they were with using technology and how they were supporting instruction with students actually using the technology to engage higher levels of thinking, like analyzing and creating. Reviewing the results helped to develop a current reality for Manning Oaks Elementary, as well as determine what professional development needs that the staff wanted. From the results, I developed a plan on how to assist teachers in utilizing Nearpod, Office 365, Flipgrid, Seesaw, Microsoft Teams, and OneNote. From reading Jim Knight's The Impact Cycle, I definitely knew that I wanted to support teachers in a coaching cycle. I decided to implement several coaching cycles for 3rd grade and 2nd grade ELA teachers. I created handouts for an interest meeting, created a Microsoft form for the coaching interest survey, and created a SWAY presentation for the meeting as well. I ended up having 3 teachers of mixed grade levels participate in the coaching cycle. The first teacher of the coaching cycle is a general education 2nd grade teacher. The second teacher is an ESOL teacher supporting a 2nd grade ELA classroom. The third teacher in the coaching cycle is a 3rd grade general education teacher. She also happens to be my co-teacher for the push-in ESOL classrooms that I serve. The next activity within the Capstone project was to support all 2nd and 3rd grade ELA teachers asynchronously by creating scripted videos, infographics, and exemplary models of reading and writing unit summative projects. These would all be uploaded to the school-wide ELA Microsoft team. Another portion of the Capstone project revolved around professional development opportunities. These PD afternoons were led by the Manning Oaks Vanguard team. We had several different professional development sessions focused on various technology tools that were listed in the surveys. Technologies discussed in the PD sessions were Seesaw, Microsoft Teams, OneNote, Nearpod, Flipgrid, and Office 365 tools. Before beginning the Capstone project, I created a series of objectives to connect teachers with relevant and just-in-time professional development opportunities. This became known as my evaluation plan. The first goal is that 66% of reading and language arts teachers will be enrolled in the coaching cycle. Goal number 2 is that 83% of teachers in 2nd and 3rd grade will use Office 365 tools for students to create reading and language arts unit summative projects. The third goal is that 83% of teachers in 2nd and 3rd grade will use Seesaw or Microsoft Teams as a student portfolio. As I began the Capstone project, the third goal was adjusted to include Seesaw, Microsoft Teams, or OneNote as a student portfolio option. Goal 4 was to have 83% of teachers in 2nd and 3rd grade use Flipgrid for students to create reading and language arts unit summative projects. This was very similar to goal number 2. The fifth goal was to increase staff engagement and professional development opportunities by 20% from the previous year. Finally, goal 6 was to create a resource bank for staff to access reading and language arts technology-driven lessons, tutorials, scripted videos, exemplars, infographics, and other resources that were created by myself for the Capstone project. The Capstone project began in summer of 2020. I had originally scheduled to start in spring of 2020, but due to COVID-19, this timeline got pushed back to the summer. I started off with creating resources for the classrooms, such as scripted videos using Screencast-O-Matic to show teachers just basic navigational information of the common technology tools available to teachers on ClassLink. I also designed summaries for each of these technology tools that were presented in the screencast videos. I created models of final products for the 2nd and 3rd grade reading and writing units. I created Flipgrid, Sway, Seesaw, and more activities. I also started preparing for workshops that would occur in the fall. I had not planned on having Vanguard assist with the projects as much as they did. When I first created the project, I was not a Vanguard member. By summer 2020, I was the Vanguard school lead and utilized the connections and knowledge of technology that other Vanguard members had to help me create, develop, and implement the various PD sessions. These activities all occurred during the fall 2020 semester. I also did not meet my goal of having 66% of the ELA teachers in 2nd and 3rd grade participate in the coaching cycle. The fall semester was very busy for teachers adjusting to new teaching modalities such as virtual, face-to-face, and simultaneous. So I did not push for teachers to go out of their way with their time to incorporate one-on-one coaching sessions into their schedule. Support for the ELA teachers was more so done through grade-level meetings with the 2nd and 3rd grade teams. However, the teachers that I worked with on the coaching cycle did enjoy their experience. Each teacher was able to accomplish the goals set out during the first stage of the coaching cycle. Teachers developed proficiency in both Nearpod and Flipgrid to support student collaboration, small group instruction, and create formative assessments. The teachers that I worked with in the coaching cycle have continued to develop in their technological abilities. They use the tools that I taught them consistently in their practice now.
Ashton's coaching cycle really helped me start implementing Nearpod into my mini lessons. I have created a mini lesson where I was reviewing for a test, so I made the Nearpod look like the test, but also had some activities in there the students enjoyed, like the games where they're answering questions and they are running up a hill. And then also I added in some collaborative pieces where the students can share something that they learned and they can see each other's posts. The students really seem to enjoy the review of the content through Nearpod. I have also created an independent work for the students that I used to replicate what the Georgia Milestones would look like, where the students have to read a passage online and then answer questions, multiple choice and written response. And Nearpod really helped me mimic what the Georgia Milestones platform would look like for the students, and they enjoyed that too, just answering questions in a different way. Ashton also helped me create a Flipgrid for my writing celebrations for the students to record all of their hard work and what they have written, and then that allowed them to view each other's videos so they can see the hard work their friends did, and it allowed them to comment on each other's and give positive feedback to each other, and they really enjoyed that also.
The third grade teacher has even shared out Nearpod and Flipgrid resources with her team and has spent time teaching them how to create lessons and activities on those tools. This is exactly what I had hoped for, so that teachers I mentored could help other teammates in the school. PD opportunities revolved around workshop-based sessions done over Microsoft Teams meetings. There were professional development opportunities that were led by the Vanguard team at Manning Oaks. The sessions for the staff occurred at the monthly Wednesday afternoon PD time. As a Vanguard team, we also met with smaller groups, mostly grade levels, during lunch or at planning times. Additionally, we supported teachers one-on-one with queries about the technologies discussed in the PD trainings. I sent out surveys to gather results about how to continue PD for the ELA instruction into the spring 2021 semester. As I reflect on my Capstone project experience, I realized that there was a lot that did not go as anticipated before. The arrival of COVID-19 really shifted when I began my project. I had originally anticipated to start in the spring of 2020, but due to COVID and school shutdown, I was then forced to start my project and implement it during the fall 2020 semester. However, the arrival of COVID did make my goals and objectives happen a lot quicker than I had thought they would. I was able to really use Microsoft Teams this year, which I had not anticipated on doing because it was the main platform that we use to connect to our virtual students and to conduct virtual learning. I also was able to have teachers really take to charge of using online portfolios. Second grade teachers utilized Seesaw to collect student work, whereas third grade used OneNote to collect student work. My objectives were met for the most part, except for the number of participants in my coaching cycle. I also was really grateful for the support that the Vanguard team provided me this year with helping out in PDs and just providing me with all of their technological knowledge that they have. This was really just a much needed support that I didn't anticipate having to begin with. I also was just proud of the way that the students were able to demonstrate creativity, collaboration, communication, and higher order thinking skills through utilizing the tools that were taught. I learned so much about teacher buy-in from this process with creating a change in instruction and best practices to support students and teachers in new technologies. This Capstone project was an invaluable experience for my growth as a technology facilitator and as a coach.